Time is the most valuable thing. IC works to give more value to time. One of the most accurate techniques to reproduce the best realistic data is Monte Carlo simulation. Computer modeling adopting the Monte Carlo technique can provide a good prediction and estimation of the behavior of a complex system or process. Using computational simulations, IC helps you to spare time, resources, and even lives. What if you can see your future? How would your life change if you can experience your decisions in life first? Internet Simulation Evaluation Envision is a company born in Turin in 2010 as a virtual computational laboratory within the Department of Experimental Physics and INFN, after 15 years of experience in the field of the effects of radiation on materials and tissues.
IC is developing web applications and Monte Carlo simulation applied in the field of medical physics, in the field of radiation therapy and radiation protection.
IC develops web applications and provides all related computing services. Within IC, we develop Monte Carlo simulations also in the field of conventional radiation therapy, especially for quality assurance. Monte Carlo calculations are the most accurate method to reproduce the best possible real data. The problem in using it is the calculation resources needed. This is solved thanks to the IC solution that puts together the final product, software simulations which are fully supported by the services of all computing resources.
The computer center here at INFN Torino, in its current shape, was started a few years ago by providing computing resources to one of the experiments at the CERN Large Hadron Collider. The last few years we've been investing quite a lot in cloud computing technologies in order to be able to provide computing resources also to smaller communities, like, for example, the IC spin-off, which does Monte Carlo simulations for medical physics.
Know-how accumulated over many years in an interdisciplinary field allows the creation of a suite of well-benchmarked Monte Carlo simulations implemented for the design, commissioning, and quality assurance of advanced clinical centers. IC was born when we felt the need for a highly specialized product able to guide and help design new specific devices, investigating their effect on the general context of a realistic beamline before final manufacturing. This allows the sparing of time and resources and provides an efficient tool that is designed and tested in parallel during the building of a facility at the peak of innovation.
CNAO stands for National Center for Oncological Hadron Therapy and is a facility that has been realized with the support of the Ministry of Health in order to introduce in Italy the techniques of treating cancer with hadrons, in particular with protons and carbon ions. To have such a facility, we were building in-house together with the support of many firms in various sectors, going from high technology to software technology, like for example IC for the software.
This place was a very good starting point for a lot of research, a lot of inception of ideas and projects that grew up with time and matured, creating spin-offs, activities also outside CNAO. One of these was IC Computing Company, specialized in Monte Carlo simulations.
Monte Carlo simulations were developed first for the design of different kinds of detectors, starting with a project for a watchdog for beam diagnostic and monitoring systems.
Here we have the last part of beam extraction line. So we can see here what we call the exit window. So from here the beam and particles start to scatter with air.
Specific investigations were also done to find the best materials for exit windows and layers used in devices along the beam delivery line, a sensitive and critical factor since it greatly affects the quality of the primary beam. The beam delivery line is the final part just before the patient, and it is the most critical part since it is the result of the vast amount of highly accurate work done to drive the beam to a specific point in the patient with an accuracy of under a millimeter, going through the giant infrastructure of the accelerator.
The selection of patients who can undergo hadron therapy is based essentially on tumor characteristics. First of all, histology. Due to the higher radiobiological efficiency, hadron therapy plays a very important role in the cure of a radio-resistant tumor like chordomas, sarcomas, chondrosarcomas, salivary glands tumor, and mucosal melanoma. The high precision of the beam permit the irradiation of tumors that are very close to critical structures. For example, tumor of the skull base close to the brainstem or to the optic nerves. This kind of tumor can be irradiated with the best sparing of the normal tissue around, minimizing the risk of side effects and toxicity.
With the right tuning and adaptation, an optimized treatment planning system in both the conventional and advanced radiation therapy fields makes the difference also in complex cases. Advanced techniques like proton therapy are strongly recommended for pediatric cases. Radiobiological investigations show that selective radiation therapy drastically reduces tissue toxicity and guarantees no risk of secondary tumor development over time. During the treatment plan, we are ready to set the best possible parameters for the facility to treat a specific patient. It is specific and customized for every patient. IC proposes a unique solution that sits at the top of our product range, with a treatment planning system that is fully Monte Carlo and includes radiation biology modeling. The whole product is supported by all the computing resources needed to respect the clinical routine planning time.
One of the most important applications that IC developed, for the moment we distribute this application just for research, is our treatment planning system called 4C-Plan. With this system we can make a full Monte Carlo simulation, including radiation biology modeling. It's really a very competitive system. The interface is web-based and it has the access to the computing center and a big amount of calculation resources.
Here we are proposing the construction of virtual patient to make the Monte Carlo simulation or to test or validate treatment planning system that IC is developing. Our main objective is the creation of artificial CT image database of head, neck and sacral region cases. The principal advantage of this kind of model is that all the organs are cemented. We have the possibility to change the volume, the shape, and also the resolution of the final CT image. This virtual patient has the possibility to introduce and to include artificial tumors.
One of the most important issues is the continuous monitoring of potential activated materials and metals due to diffusion of secondaries in the treatment room. This can be solved with a dedicated Monte Carlo simulation. Why is it important to optimize your future, to always stay a step ahead? We give you the opportunity to focus more on your objectives and better utilize your speciality. IC offers you custom tools to spare your resources and to better plan your steps in time and space. Space, yes. IC in Space is looking forward to using its considerable experience in the aerospace field as well, solving shielding, radiation hardening, and radiation protection issues. That's one of our challenges, from Earth looking to the stars.